Hello, 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 and welcome officially to Twixmas, the little bit of time between Christmas and New Year. And this is not pre recorded, this is very much live. A very happy Christmas to you all. Yeah, I thought I would come on today, even though it is a bank holiday in the UK. And I just thought, you know what, this is a really good time where I haven't got the pressure of, clients and work, etc., to do a little review on the best bits, if you like, of my webinars for 2022. And it's been fantastic to do a little review. I've gone through my previous posts and made some notes to review with you today. But look, I'm really happy with myself. I did my very first webinar on the 7th of December 2021, so a whole year ago. And then from January last year, I ramped things up and started doing things every single month. And as we go through, I'll explain when I did sort of kick in and start doing weekly and how I found it. But you know what? I'm really glad that I did. Um, not 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 uh, not least of all because of the people that have been engaging with me, which is fantastic. People that I've been able to help, but for my own sake, it's been a really lazy way of providing content to keep my website updated and to feed my other social channels. So, least of all for LinkedIn. A lot of people have said to me, "Oh, Miles, you've been really active on LinkedIn lately." Well, I have been posting more than I have perhaps previously done, but in essence, I'm only really posting once a week, which is not a lot, really, right? So yeah, cheers to you, my lovely viewers, for watching. Although I very much doubt you're watching live on a bank holiday. However, I am going to just check that we are live on the old LinkedIn. It hasn't shut itself down, and yes, we are. We are indeed. Well, there we go, and that proves it. So yes, here we are. So let's get cracking and let's get into it. Now, I'll give you some stats to start off with. So this year, I have recorded 32 webinars, including this one, 32 pieces of content. And I've had 9 special guests that have come onto my show, which has been fantastic. So I'm going to take you through each month and just do a little recap of where we have been. So in January, I kick things off with how to turn your staff into marketing megaphones. And we had 3 sort of top tips for this. This was that you set the tone of your business. You need to inform, remind, and educate your staff about your business. And if you can, recruit people into your business based on your own values, because that will give you a big head start. In February, I did 3 top tips for tradespeople. And I went to town with some of the imagery here with me as a plumber and a builder, an electrician, a carpenter, etc. But in essence, the vast majority of my customers are from engineering, construction, industrial backgrounds. So I found that I got a lot of feedback saying that this was very helpful, certainly for the one-man bands out there. And the 3 top tips for trades were to be visible. So, get yourself out there, get the livery on your van, make sure you're acting social on social media and engaging with people, and that you're building your authority. You're taking the videos and the befores and afters of the products and services that you're providing. So that was in February. Now, if you are interested, and if any of these, if you weren't aware of these or you're new to being connected with me, then you can go on to my LinkedIn profile. You can search for my posts, and you can actually scroll back and still watch all of these live webinars. That's one of the nice things about doing LinkedIn Live versus doing other events, is that it is logged on the platform for posterity. In March, I covered off, and this was, I think, one of my most popular webinars. It was no cost, low cost marketing. Loads of great hints and tips here about low cost, no cost marketing. The first one was that you already know them, so utilize your current network, team up with others, and I've done this now over the last year with 9 special guests coming onto the show, and shout about it. Don't be afraid to shout about your successes. That was in March. Then in April, I started to expand things, and I started to do. No, I didn't start to do weekly things in April. I was still doing monthly webinars. So in April, it was make how to make public speaking easy. So presentation skills, in essence. That was my 3 tips there. Were all about knowing your subject. Make sure you practice, 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 and try and tell a story if you can, because everybody's interested in stories. Then in May, we changed things up. The fantastic Ana Torres Walker from Ibiza, she came on the show, and she came on to talk all about social media and the basics to getting started. And this was, Anna had reached out to me through LinkedIn and said, could she come onto the show? So yeah, we did. In May, we had my first special guest, Anna, who talked all about social media. If you haven't seen it, go back and have a watch. Then I reached out to a few more people, and in June I had the brilliant Mike Octagon, who was on talking about how to make your website work harder for you. Again, another fantastic collab with another professional. Then it got me thinking, though, that if I had a special guest on every month, then I wouldn't be able to share any of my knowledge, because we'd be talking with other people about their knowledge. And I had a lot to share. There's a lot of marketing stuff out there, as you know now, right? Because I then on the 5th, I've written it up here, on the 5th. Oh, how many of these have I had? On the 5th of July, I started going weekly. So the weekly content in July went a little bit like this. What makes a good marketing plan? Then we had the fantastic Jim Bolton come on, and I've got to say, he completely lost me in the world of naming. I had absolutely no idea, not only about the origins of some of the words and some of the brand names, but some of the detail, I guess. I mean, there'll be superlatives for it, I'm sure, but if you haven't seen that particular one, go back and find it, because what's in a brand name, what Jim doesn't know about naming and brand names is not worth knowing. So go back and watch that one with Jim. Then I talked about why do you need a CRM, a customer relationship management system. And then we spoke about why you need video content being extremely popular these days. So yeah, so in July, I started doing weekly webinars, and I've been doing them weekly ever since, every Tuesday, 12:30, even on a bank holiday, right? You can do pre-recorded, but I just thought it was going to be good fun to come on today and to share a slurp, as Mr. Keith Floyd used to do. Now, I can see there are a few people watching, so why don't you say hello? Let us know that you're on and that you're not the only person to be doing a little bit of work today. Maybe you're also having a little glass of bubbles with your luncheon. Then in July, that was in July. Then in August, I spoke about LinkedIn and the do's and don'ts of LinkedIn. Then we had the fantastic Claire Midwood come on and talk all about leadership and how to be a good leader. And honestly, it is definitely worth going back on and having a look at Claire's webinar. Then we spoke about why you should be blogging for inbound marketing. Then we talked about how to live your values through all of your communications. And then we spoke about simple funneling. I know we've covered so many important items within the bite-sized marketing piece. Who's watching? Ben. Ben Bayliss Davies watching. Hello, sir. Thank you very much indeed for. And I know you've got your feet up at the moment, haven't you? And you probably are enjoying a nice glass of bubbly. In August, I did an audio event. Now, LinkedIn Live is the sort of the web streaming service, but LinkedIn have added an audio. You might be familiar with Clubhouse, very similar to that. And I tried it out with the fantastic Claire Sewell, and we had a really good time, right? And I'm going to say that I really enjoyed it. And Claire's fantastic, and she talked about how to attract your ideal client. But there was something not quite right with the whole audio broadcast on LinkedIn. The main thing that was wrong with it, I suppose, is that once it was done, it was done. It was over and done. And, for a small business owner, when you create content, you want to be able to repurpose it. You want it to have an extra life and to be not just a glimpse in time. So I haven't done an audio event since, until they sort of improve the service and allow people to go back and listen and check it out and catch up. Yeah, that's not going to be something I'm going to be getting involved with. In September, I spoke about how to maximize your LinkedIn profile, and we're going to be doing a few more of these next year. They're doing so many different developments with LinkedIn and the profile and how you use it. I think it's important to be completely up on it. Then I spoke about networking tips. Then we had the fantastic Timia Kada on, and she was talking all about the customer journey. If you're not connected with Timia, then make sure you do go back and have a look in my feed, and you'll see a link to her there. The last one in September, I talked about trade shows and how to get yourself, excuse me, the bubbles, best prepared for your up and coming trade shows. Then in October, I know it's a relentless list, right? I spoke about SEO, search engine optimization, and where to start. I'm certainly no expert on SEO, but I do know a thing or two which can help you out. By creating these videos and repurposing them on my website, I'm helping the SEO of my site, because one of the key indicators that Google's looking for is that your website has been updated recently. And by me adding fresh content I add it every month, but creating lots of fresh content, it keeps it updated. So it helps my SEO. Then my special guest in October was Paul Cooper, and Paul spoke all about promotions and merchandise. We did have some audio issues with that particular broadcast, so if you watch it back, please sort of bear that in mind. There was nothing I could do about it. I was hoping that it was just what we was hearing on the day and not something that was going to be recorded, but hey, not the best quality of audio, but the best quality of people in Mr. Cooper. Then I spoke about target markets and the importance of getting your target market right, and then all about how to onboard your customers in the right way, making them feel special once you've done the hard bit and got them on board. Then in November, we're coming to the back end of the year. In November, it was all about how to stamp your authority in your niche, or if you're American, your niche. And then we had the wonderful Sapna Peru came on and talked all about how to build your FAB or your FAB brand. And as we know, Sapna has been battling breast cancer. I know she is pulling through that, so we're just keeping our fingers crossed that 2023 will be the year that she gets the all clear. So sending positive vibes to you, Sapna. Then I spoke about tone of voice and why it's important. We then had some market research ideas, some good bits of content there in terms of how to do market research within your own business. And then we spoke about public relations and how to get free PR. Oh, we are half covering off some subjects here, aren't we? And then in December, we kicked that off with the wonderful Dylan Gandy. I said that I knew a little bit about SEO. Dylan knows an awful lot about SEO, and he spoke about the role of search engines within retail. He spoke specifically about the Google Shop or the Google shopping experience and how it's trying to take on the big Amazons of the world. So if you, again, are a retailer and you're interested in knowing more about Google Shop, then check that webinar out. I then spoke about the do's and don'ts of email marketing. And again, a lot of people got in touch after that. They found that very useful. And then we got to today. Oh, hey, that was, what can I say? That was emotional. Yeah. Oh, I know what I did. I just flashed it up there. I'm sure I did one more. Internal comms. Last week was looking at internal communications and how best to motivate and energize your staff, if you like, in an imaginative way. So there we go, and that's brought us back to the recap of the best bit of 2022. Like I said, it's been fantastic. Like 9 guests that I've had on. I've already got the first 3 months of the new year set up. I'll let you into a few little bits of secrets. That in January, on the 10th of Jan, we've got Chert, who's a paid advertising specialist. He's going to come along and share his hints and tips about Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and so on and so forth. Then on Valentine's Day, 14th of Feb, I know, there's an omen, we got the fantastic Steve coming on. And Steve's going to be talking all about the M word, which is the metaverse. So again, Steve Shaw, you're going to enjoy him. And then we've got Marcus. Marcus, he's a motivational speaker and a mindset coach. He's going to come on and talk to us with some fantastic stories on the 14th of March. So there we go. Those filled up. I'm still confirming April and May. We're having conversations with a few people, but I'm going to try and bring you some real quality people across 2023 to help you with your marketing. So yeah, 32 videos, 9 guests. So I do need to just give a shout out, please, to Anna, Mike, Jim, Claire Midwood, Claire Sewell, Timia Sapner, Paul and Dylan. Thank you oh so very much for being fantastic guests on the show. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity to have you back. And if you haven't seen any of those subjects that we've mentioned across the last quarter of an hour, then please check them out within my feed and you can watch them at your leisure. That's all from me. I'm going to wish you all a very, very, very Merry Christmas, and let's hope that 2023 is going to be a positive and a prosperous year for us all. And I will see you every single Tuesday at 12:30 with a special guest once a month. So I hope Santa brought you everything you requested, and I sign off for the rest of the year with a ta-ta for now.